Landon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over Dwayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it to the wall. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, when we got one car on the bottom of the 10 car.
Stop for the RSR Outlaw Truck Series on a Thursday night on the Leader in Sim Broadcast and ETV Live Radio, powered by the HD Radio Network. Hello, everybody. I'm Wesley Outland. Alongside up in the booth, it's Michael Keaton from Alabama. Roll Tide, roll, home of the, 4-time Alabama Crimson Tide. I know you were happy of that BCS championship game, Michael Keaton. And welcome to Talladega, buddy. It should be a great, exciting 55 laps here for the trucks tonight.
Yep, race number 5 in Outlaw Truck Series West, and only 8 on the calendar. So after tonight, there'll be 3 to go. And things are starting to unwind as the points leader, Bobby Terrell, sitting quickest 14th on the board, but he's got a long way to go to get to the front to end this one, Will.
No doubt about it. Of course, joining us up in the booth, joining us down on pit road, our ETV All-Star pit reporter and the associate producer of ETV Live is Dakota Ehrman. Dakota, Talladega, a lot of unknowns, a lot of drafting. There's always one certainty, the big one. Will it happen? We all know it will. The question is when and how will it affect the drivers of the track here tonight?
Yeah, Wesley, it always happens. It's always the question in everybody's mind when and where it'll happen. And I think right now, these guys have just got to be careful when they got to push each other. It's all about pushing tonight. You got to have a partner, else you're not going to go anywhere. Especially if you're trying to make a pack work, you're just probably going to lose it a lot of the draft by yourself, and you'll just slow down miraculously. But I think the big one's going to be caused by somebody slipping up on somebody's bumper. Somebody's going to be thrown around the track or put in the wall or something. It's going to happen right there. Generally, that's about what happens, or when somebody switches up front to keep the engine cool tonight. But I don't think we'll have many green flag stops. I think we only have a chance for one stop, which is because we have about a 40 lap span on the fuel, and if we get a caution within 15 to 16 laps, these guys won't have to pit again, guys.
And, of course, qualifying going on right now at Talladega Super Speedway. It is a group session of qualifying. They're going to knock out qualifying as quickly as possible, and we'll be ready to drop the green flag here in the next stop for the RSR Outlaw Truck Series. I want to give another big shout-out to our producers and engineers running the boards from Indianapolis, Indiana, John Wesley, the engineer, and, of course, the executive producer of ETV Live Radio is, of course, J.D. Webb in California, and also Phil Foltz from HD Radio Network, making sure the broadcast goes out on HD Radio Network, hard driving radio, as we get ready for flag-to-flag coverage here tonight of the iRacing trucks, the RSR Outlaw Truck Series here tonight. Michael Keaton, let's take a look at the point standings, buddy. It's hot, it's heavy, and right now the name sticks every time we talk about it. Here comes Bobby Terrell. Keeps on to the points lead. Do you think he's got what is left in the tank to win the championship?
Well, we were talking before the broadcast, Wes and Dakota, about consistency, and this is a guy who showed nothing but consistency all season long in the Outlaw Truck Series. He's got 4 starts, 2 wins, and 3 top 5s, and of course 3 top 10s. He's led a ton of laps. He's got real low incident points. In fact, he leads them with only 1.3 average a race incidents, guys. This is touching the grass one time a race, basically. This guy's picked up 4 bonus points all season long. I think Bobby Terrell's sitting in a good catbird seat. He's 16 ahead of Rhett McBride, and he looks good here at Talladega. So if he can get through the crunch here tonight, I think he'll come out on top and win this thing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I really believe that. And, of course, if anybody's keeping tabs, we also like to give a big thanks to the professor, the Mr. Professor's Picks, Greg Wood, and Greg Wood helping us out a lot here with RSR, and he's got a couple of things we're going to hit on throughout the event, the Professor's Picks and much more. Greg Wood not able to be with us tonight, but man, what a great job he's done in helping us out as the statistician for helping us sound like better broadcasters for all of the events here with the Real Sim Racing Series, Michael. George Wood,
George.
excuse me. I said Greg Wood. It's George Wood.
Yeah, George Wood doing a fabulous job coming on board ATV, already getting put to work, and I think he's gonna be a keeper. George doing a fabulous job updating us every day on something new to keep us our tabs open.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, of course, we'll be ready to go here in just a moment with the opening ceremonies to drop the green flag. Just some of the statements that he mentioned in some of our statistics that you need to watch in the race. Comers. Doug Roth starts 25th, right now finished 9th last week, 16 top 3, 16 plus top 3 top 10s, and 1 top 12 finish. Highest start is 22nd at Talladega. I think Doug Roth is going to be somebody you got to watch. We've been watching him recently. And another driver tonight you got to watch in the field, number 5, Scott Granberg. I think he's due to come and get a victory, and Talladega could be the place to do it, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Scott's one of those guys, Granberg in the number 5 machine. You never know. 1 week he'll finish good, 1 week bad. I think some of his finishes consist of a 13th, a 24th, a 2nd, 17th, and 8th. So here at Dega, we talked about how big of a shoot this is going to be, where you can be up front the majority of the race and then get caught up in the big one and finish 32nd. So there's 32 drivers right now currently on the track. That's putting out some lap times, but so you can be in first, but in a matter of a minute or a lap, you can be all the way back there in the back. So Scott Granberg definitely going to be one of those guys to look out for to see if he can finally get a win here this season. And of course, Doug Roth, every week in, week out, just like Bobby Terrell, he starts good and finishes good.
Absolutely, and this is the Inside Sim Racing pre-race show sponsoring the new Thursday night program that will be starting in February right after Daytona's opener for the Full Throttle Cup Series. Thursday night Real Sim Racing Series, Inside Sim Racing, your first and best choice for all the news and reviews in online motorsports. Darren Ganji and Sean Cole for the latest and greatest in product reviews, simulation, auto racing games, and so much more from PCs to the Xbox crowd, from steering wheels to full-size rigs, updates on popular racing games, and a whole lot more. They are the yellow pages of online auto racing. Inside Sim Racing has it all. Visit them at isrtv.com. And again, Michael Keaton, they are the ready to get us going here. Big thanks to Inside Sim Racing pre-race show from Talladega. And before we get ready to go over the opening ceremonies, talk about the points, because it's going to be very interesting to talk about Bobby Terrell and the rest of the pack running for that championship, but there's only 3 weeks remaining after tonight.
Yeah, Bobby Terrell leading points, 16 up on Rhett McBride, who sits second. Doug Ross third with 18 behind. Joe Reuter sitting in fourth, just 1 point behind Roth, and 19 behind leader Bobby Terrell. Dwayne Vincent rounds out the top 5, 20 points back from Bobby Terrell.
Everybody, we'll go through the rest of the rundown, 6th through 10th in the points in just a moment, but right now I understand we're going to go down trackside for opening ceremonies as the Cactus Cuties are ready to perform our national anthem. We'll have the command, the starting lineup, and go racing here at Talladega. So, ladies and gentlemen, opening ceremonies now in the books. Let's go down trackside for the command to fire the engines here for 55 laps at Talladega.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
The field roars to life down on the front straightaway. We're ready for one pace lap behind the toe of the pace car, and we'll be ready to go. 55 laps at Talladega. Taking a look at your starting lineup on the pole. In the 03 fast truck with a 51.987 second lap, Ryan Bueller in the 03 Chevrolet to his outside. The number 4 of CJ LeVere. Row 2, Michael Keaton.
Dwayne Vincent in the 11 Chevrolet going to roll off third to his outside. The 16, last week's winner, Steve Ritter.
Moving on to the rest of the pack, Dwayne Vincent in the number 11. As you just mentioned, keep an eye on him. He won the last event at Talladega in a truck. We come now to the starting lineup of row number 3. Scott Granberg in the 5. Keep an eye on him. And to his outside in the number 17, Bill Shonover. He'll start 6th.
Points leader Bobby Terrell going to roll off 7th tonight. To his outside, the man out of Puerto Rico, the 26 Chevrolet, Jose Gonzalez.
The rest of the field now beginning to set up for the race time. Joe Reuter in the number 19 entry. He'll start 9th inside row 5. Mark Bratcher in the 24. He'll start 10th.
Doug Fleming in the 07 going to start 11th tonight. And Eric Malik and the number 9 going to roll off 12th.
Row number 7, Doug Rolfton at 43. Keep an eye on him. He's due to get a victory lane. One time or another. Could tonight be the night at Talladega? He'll start 13th. Luis Rodriguez will start 14th in the 37.
15th belongs to the 46 truck of Randy Wells. To his outside right, the number 23, John Klickner.
David Lanza will start 17th inside row 9 to the 33. To his outside, Rhett McBride in the number 2. He's got to capitalize with a better run than he had last week. Got to get back in the points hunt. He'll start in 18th.
Starting 19th tonight in the 52 truck, Justin Boston. He's subbing in for Aaron Grosskopf. Keep an eye on him, ARCA driver. Number 20th spot belongs to the number 10 of John Abbott.
Starting in the 21st spot as the field still rolls, it's the American Racing Custom Wheels Chevrolet Silverado of Jimmy North into his outside. The number 92 entry, Sim Experience Chevrolet of Jason Lester.
23rd in the number 10 truck, Josh Buckman. To his outside, the 51 Chevrolet of Brian Lovingood.
He was supporting the troops in the Wounded Warrior Project Truck 98 on Monday night. What a great race that was at Charlotte for the Icebreaker Winter Series. Now back at the iRacing.com, Chevrolet Silverado Red 98. That's Stephen Herron. And to his outside in the number 88 entry, that is going to be Adam Roberts.
The 09 going to roll off 27th tonight, John Ehlers. And then to his outside, the 48 machine, the last to take time at Talladega, Frank Kuntz.
And now the rest of the field of drivers that are not on the racetrack. G. Allen Lewis in the 20. He did not take time. Neither did the number 30 of Nicholas Silver. He's the orange number 30. He'll start ironically in position 30 to round out row 15.
Then, of course, 31st position tonight, 67 truck of Sean Casteau. To his right outside, the number 12, Douglas Wyatt. And then the 62 West starting 33rd tonight, John Wilco.
And that is, of course, your starting lineup, and that'll put an end to the Inside Sim Racing pre-race show here on ETV Live Radio, powered by the HD Radio Network. Wesley Outlet and Michael Keaton up in the booth. Dakota Ehrman along pit road, and let's go down to Dakota Ehrman for his final thoughts as the pace car will come to green flag this time by. And I'll tell you what, Dakota, 55 laps and 32 warlords ready to battle with a kaleidoscope of colors at Talladega. What's it going to take to get this victory today?
Well, like you said, 55 laps with all these cars out here. One pit stop. I think it's just going to be the guy that can work together, or the two guys that can work together without causing an incident, without having to switch as much or being able to switch as quickly as possible here, guys.
And you'll hear more from Dakota Ehrman on pit road again. John Wessling, the engineer. J.D. Webb, executive producer. And this broadcast is presented by ETV Live Radio, powered by the HD Radio Network. Solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction of the accounts used in tonight's event without the express written consent of John Wessling, J.D. Webb, and Phil Foltz is restricted and prohibited. We're ready to go racing here. Round number 5 of the RSR Outlaw Truck Series. Buckle up, hold on tight. 55 laps around a 2.66 mile oval here at Talladega as they come to the line, to the green flag, this time by. Watch your starter, Ryan Bueller. Again, they got to go through the trioval, down into turn number 1. They come to the flag stand. They'll hit the go stick right there between the dog leg. The green flag goes to the air. Bueller gets a great jump on the inside lane. LeVere left hanging on the outside lane. Green flag in the air. He crosses the stripe on his own, and we're underway at Talladega as 32 trucks roar to turn 1, Michael Keaton.
Already a little bit of three wide action in turn 1 with C.J. LeVere in 3rd position, now falling back to 4th. Steve Ritter stuck on the outside in that 16 truck, the blue and yellow and white truck that you see there on the outside.
We are underway at Talladega. Of course, it'll take a lap or two for them to get the full song. They're 3 wide in the back from row 5 on back. Now they'll come to the line into turn number 3. They'll hit their marks. Do not go below that yellow line. You'll get penalized. Meanwhile, slicing and dicing for the top spot. Dwayne Vincent jumps up to the outside lane. He's got LeVere as a wingman. To the bottom of the racetrack comes Bueller. Bueller's now going to hook up with the machine of Ritter. Ritter coming off a victory last weekend at Michigan. They'll come to the line this fast, 2.6 miles in the books. Slicing and dicing. Keaton, it's going to be at the stripe. Ryan Bueller, he'll lead lap 1 to the inside as they go to 1.
And the man in black up top to Wayne Vincent, the 11 truck, and C.J. LeVere working to his back end, trying to get him around the leaders. Wes, if they continue to run like this, the engines are going to start to run hot, and that's where we can start seeing some switching. And I'm going to tell you something, with everyone running real close together, a switch could be dangerous.
And I noticed the new truck tandem going on as they dive down into turn number 3. Vincent on the outside with LeVere. Bueller's on the inside, and he's got Granberg. Granberg hooks up with his back door. They come to the line. One car jumping out of the group just a little bit. That's going to be the 16 of Steve Ritter. He'll want to make a move on his own, and don't count out also the 26 of Jose Gonzalez. He sticks his nose in the gunfight. Anybody's racing. Keep an eye on Rooter, Joe Rooter. He's down to the inside. 5 cars back in turn 1 and 3rd.
Bobby Terrell, points leader, up to 6th, on board with him right now, looking to the outside of Jose Gonzalez there. He's running in second, the second turn here, Wes, and I'm telling you, 2 wide all the way back here to about 13th position. These guys are going at it.
Dakota Ehrman, why don't you explain to the listeners on ETV Live what is going on, if they have any new viewers of the race broadcast with RSR on HD Radio Network. Explain to them why these trucks cannot run in a pack for long. They've got to separate to avoid having mechanical issues.
Well, right now, the only way that you can be up to speed, or the quickest way to get around this this speedway or super speedway, the same way with Daytona, is to push. You have to have a car push you, or if you push in a car, you two have to be hooked up in a tandem, basically, and you'll heat up the engine because that rear car is not getting any air because he's pushing the front car or truck in this instance, and so they've just got to switch or pull out for air, maybe back off, and try to keep the engine cool so they don't blow up in front of the whole field.
One wrong slip and one wrong move, Michael Keaton, and it can be costly. But right now, Dwayne Vincent, ride or die on the outside lane. Ride or die on the bottom is Ryan Bueller. Now he's under attack by Vincent, and he's got the wingman LeVere with him, and more trucks coming on the outside. Now he'll clear out 2 trucks in front into turn 4.
There he is to the lead. Dwayne Vincent and C.J. LeVere taking over. The 24 truck, though, meanwhile, sits in 3rd, and he's got the 9 behind him. The 9, of course, belonging to Eric Malik, and he's right along the right side door of Dwayne Vincent as he lead here, lap 5.
And now the 24 came from 8th to 1st in 1 lap. Can you believe that? Mark Bradshaw in the 24 truck, the silver and orange Chevrolet, jumps up in front. Now he's got the 9 back to his back door. Eric Malik pushing him down the back straightaway. Here at Talladega, they are drafting, and the 2-truck tandem is now gaining advantage and pulling away from the rest of the field. They'll reel him back into the corners as Dwayne Vincent starts that fray. That second 2-truck tandem now heats up out of turn 4, while these other 2 trucks still carry the momentum to the line to put lap 6 on the board this time by.
Working that high line with Jimmy North is David Lenz in the Gatorade Series Chevrolet, the 33 red and gray car. Jimmy North in the blue Chevrolet coming to the line, trying to take that position away from Vincent, who sits 3rd. Meanwhile, Wes, leaders checking out in turn 1 as they do a swap.
Absolutely, that swap continues to go on between those guys, and the other drivers that were up in the front have now got to shake off the pieces and try to get back to the front one more time. And by the way, it can be done to the outside lane. Vincent's now back in the middle, 3 wide for the lead at Talladega. They go into turn number 3. Somebody's got to lift. No, they don't. They're still right there with one another. 24 truck to the outside lane. They'll come out of turn 4. One wrong move, and it's going to cost them the big one. Will it happen as they exit out of 4?
Vincent, Lanza, and Eric Malik leading the charge. The three front trucks out there, they both got their tandem partners to the line. Dwayne Vincent looks like he'll lead lap 7, Wes.
One wrong slip and it's going to cost them, but Vincent now says, I'm getting away from this fiasco. And LeVere says, I'm right behind you, buddy. Two trucks. Now LeVere says, I'm going to the inside. He'll go to the bottom. They'll battle for the lead. Vincent hung up on his own at the top of the racetrack. One's truck shoots up to the top. Mark Bratcher, he led a lap ago. Now he about lost it this time by. They come down the back straightaway, and now it's the number 9 of Eric Malik.